Very good morning all. Thanks for joining. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So guys, today we are going to talk about a new file system in Amazon Web Services, which is most important. The concept we are going to start. The service name is EFS. EFS. So EFS stands for Elastic File System. So EFS stands for Elastic File System. So today our agenda, what is a Amazon Elastic File System? And when we are using this Elastic File System in the real-time environment, and what is the benefits of Elastic File System, and what are the use cases in the real-time scenarios, and practically we'll see the demo, how to create and how to use the Elastic File System in Amazon Web Services. These are the main concept I'm going to explain today. So let's start. What is Amazon Elastic File System? That we need to understand first. What is AWS Elastic File System? So definitely this is a new to you, okay? And everybody you need to learn this concept. So nowadays we are running the servers from cloud, and we are using a own data centers, okay? You're running own data center. You have an on-prem data centers we have. This is called on-prem data centers. So in the cloud environment or maybe on-prem environment, ultimately you're running the servers. So these two types of environments, definitely you need a storage and you need to store the data. So now these both cloud environment and on-premise environment, okay, they can use the Elastic File System in Amazon. They can store the data directly into the EFS volumes. What is the benefit here? So I do not want to provision the storage systems and hard disks, and I don't want to maintain anything. Whenever required, wherever required, I'll directly connect it to the Elastic File System. I can use it. Whatever the storage, that's the volumes I'm using in the Elastic File System, that much only I can pay. So that means this Elastic File System, it's providing the simple serverless Elastic File System without any kind of a delay. This Elastic File System you can access from anywhere in the world. So that's why it's so popular. That's why it is so popular technology. So coming to in your AWS concept, you're creating Amazon EC2 instances, right? EC2 instances. This Amazon EC2 instance, whichever the file system. So example, the file system which is created in EFS, directly the instance will be get connected to this file system. They can store the data such a way if any other instance also is running on a different AWS account or same AWS account, they can connect and they can access the data. They can access the data. This is possible, practically possible. Fine. AWS, how many types of storages they can offer? One is file level storage. File level storage. Second one, object level storage. Okay. And third one, block storage. Okay. The third one is block storage. This is block storage. But actually, these services is a names. Okay. But actually, this particular, okay, this particular service name is different. And this particular service name is different. And this particular service name is different. So file level storage is nothing but EFS, Elastic File System. So only file level storage they can support from Amazon Web Services. And object level storage, Amazon S3, simple storage service, This is S3. And third one, EBS, Elastic Block Storage Service. This is EBS. Only block level storage it will support it. So definitely I'll give you a small example so that you can easily understand. You're creating a Windows servers, you're creating a Linux servers. You need that drive space like a C drive, D drive. Okay. Your root volume of your Linux server. You need a more space to install the application and store the data. Block level storage will be supported. That is from Elastic Block Storage, EBS. So there is a service continuously running. The logs is get generating. The logs we should not keep it in the server because of EBS volume is getting full. So and logs we are keep it in separate storage and we are rarely we are accessing the data. So then you can go to the object storage, Amazon S3, just like a Google Drive, OneDrive like that. And you cannot use this object storage for installing the operating system. Only can keep the data. That's it. Coming to the EFS, Elastic File System, in a cloud, the serverless computing, the storage they'll be created, unlimited storage. The volume can be accessible within the network. Within the network means wherever the possible network connection is available. From the server you can access. But that condition is only Linux machine can access this EFS file mount. So Windows machines cannot able to access it. Okay, so going forward, I will explain so how Windows machines also can access the shared file system. That concept is separate. Network file share. Network file share. The concept I will explain later. So the today concept is completely related to EFS with a Linux operating system. File share concept I'm going to explain. Any other questions? So ultimately, your EFS volume, okay, the EFS volume. Example, this volume, once we created here, uh, okay, is a demo volume. The Linux systems can access remotely. Like this. Suppose if you keep the data here and this volume, and we can access from another system. This is a shared file system now. So what is the benefit here? What is the benefit here? Dynamic elasticity. Keep on it's growing whenever you put the data into the EFS volume. There is no limit. And this particular EFS service is completely managed by AWS. You don't have any administration task to managing the EFS file system and servers and services. Completely managed by Amazon. Next, cost effective. So whatever you are using, that means the data, and you're storing on the EFS volumes, only that much you need to pay. The pay-per-use concept. Security and compliance level, the data is completely encrypted. So when you're remotely accessing the data, it's 100% it's safe. They're using the security algorithm encrypting the data when you have stored the data into the EFS volumes. These are the main benefits it is available. In real-time environment, in which scenarios this elastic file system vastly we are using. So I'll give you some scenarios. Let's you understand. In machine learning and artificial intelligence and the data science and the data engineering process, the data completely they are stored in the elastic file system. So most of the services nowadays, they're using Linux operating systems and Linux servers and services. So the Linux servers, the particular services will be getting connected back into the EFS volumes. Another use case is you can store the web serving and content marketing. So you can store your data into the EFS, and you can access the data from the web world like a .com, .net, .erg, .in, some kind of websites you can access it. The website content completely stored on the EFS volume. Coming to the other use case is application development and testing. Example, you have developed a source application. You can keep the data of source code into the EFS volume. Other people can able to access like a testing team. They can test and they can share the reports. So you don't want to go for third party and external volumes to store the data when you're developing an application. So in AWS secured environment, EFS volume, you can use it as a shared file system for application development and testing. And another use case is nowadays database backups are also they're storing in the EFS volumes. And finally, in a in a, in social media like and movie medias, so the media and entertainment services, all the videos and photos and the renderings activities, everything they'll be using the EFS volumes only. So that means EFS is so much of important in real-time environment everywhere. So to practice this particular EFS, how it works. So first you need a AWS account. You need to logging in. So let me logging into AWS account. I successfully connected. Now I'm moving to the Mumbai location. So in the Mumbai location, I'm going to search EFS, Elastic File System. Now click here. Now Elastic File System is open. So once you select the EFS, you can see the right side, it should be Mumbai location only. Okay. Now, parallelly, you can duplicate this window. But to create this Elastic File System, before that, you need a security group to access the instance to the volumes. So that's the reason. So first you need to create a security group in Amazon EC2. Go to Services, Compute section, EC2, and check that whether you are in Mumbai location or not, and scroll down, Security Group. Now the security group you need to create like this by clicking here, and security group name is so demo EFS. I'm just giving the name like a demo EFS. The description is connectivity between EC2 to and EFS volume. Okay. Now these are default networks I'm maintaining, and inbound rule I'm creating it. The inbound rule is 100% this EFS volume used by Linux systems. So definitely you need a SSH port should be open from anywhere, and Elastic File System is a TCP port is required is a 0 and a custom from anywhere, and you can create a security group. That's it. Very simple. So successfully you created security group. Now come back here in the Mumbai location Elastic File System. You can create a file system by clicking this option, and you can provide the name of the Elastic File System. Demo volume, and it will be in the default VPC network, and click create it here. So once you click create, and the volume will get created by default. So once you click this, open this, and you can say, and what is the initial size used? 6.00 kilobyte. That means very small amount. Initially, they start with the file system, then you can connect. See, guys, this is the a DNS mount point to connect your file system to your Linux machine. So right now, the automatic backups also is there. If you want, you can by clicking the edit option, you can modify accordingly. So one of the option is the automatic backups. You can set the time limit when you want to take the backup. So when you can select the automatic backups when the data is uploaded into the EFS file system. So that will be safe and secure. Another one is a life cycle management. So normally when the data is stored in the EFS file system, that will be in the standard class. In the standard class, the charges will be applicable in a higher. So in case if you don't want that higher charges, you can set a life cycle rule. After 30 days, you can move to standard infrequent access. It will reduce the storage cost in EFS file system. So like that, even you can set the performance settings as well, enhanced mode and bursting mode. Like that, maybe if you have a huge amount of input and output operations, you can select throughput mode also. And elastic mode, if you're selected, when you are uploading your data into your server, and keep on the data will be expanding as much as possible. Okay, if you select the provision means you can set the capacity, that maximum capacity you can set up that. Okay, that means once it is reached, that application cannot be able to put more data on it. So The recommended method is a elastic method. It's a ballooning mechanism. When you put the data, it's keep on expanding. That's a elastic file system. So even the provision like a fixed value is there, but fixed value is not recommended. But fixed values also recommended such as scenarios. You want to restrict it to store more the data and avoiding the more billing in your AWS account. That depends on your project and your team members. Okay, but I will be recommending for elastic. Now that is everything was selected and you have to click save. I was not made any changes here to get the save option. So, but every setup is by default available. I don't want to make any changes. I just click cancel here. Perfectly, the data backup also enabled successfully. Now can check this. Right now, there's no data was uploaded. So that's why there is no volume size will be showing here. The minimum is the 6 kilobytes. And monitoring also you can check that, and file system input output operations, throughput utilization, everything we can monitor under this monitoring screen. Even you can watch from the CloudWatch console also, and any kind of tags connectivities that you can check here. Any file policies you can modify, and access points you are creating, network settings if you are modifying, you can check that. But very, very important is a network. By default, when you're creating the EFS file system in the particular region, number of availability zones, that every availability zone will be get created one communication to the EFS file system. Ultimately, all the all the particular file systems are getting connected. That means a single file system is get connected from the all the three availability zone A, B, C here. And this is a mount point targets, and this is a subnet ID. And the subnet ID means different subnet ID will be there, and different IP address they'll be provided, and the EFS network, that means elastic file system network will be there, and security group. Actually, the security group was selected as a default one. When I click manage, when I click manage, and you can remove this particular default network security group, whichever the net security group you created, that you can select here. Now I have created demo EFS. Okay. Now all the three availability zone, I have selected demo EFS only because of the ports are allowed here. Then I need to click save here. Then your volume is ready. Now your volume is ready. Then what is the next step? When you want to click attach this particular file system, okay, you can connect with the mount via DNS, mount via IPs. So mostly we will be connected with the mount via IP. So which is the availability zone you want to get connected? So now maybe you're connecting from availability zone A, availability zone B, and availability zone C. So whenever you're changing that, okay. So but a connection point is a IP address will be getting changing. You can see this AP South 1A, it's ending with a 195. Now can check this is a 237 and a 1C 236. So IP address will change. Remaining entire the path is same. Don't change it right here. Okay. So now shall we get connected with this volume? Hmm? Shall we get this volume? So how to connect this volume? So first of all, you need to create a Linux machine. And you need to create a Linux machine. So go to instance. Now I'm going to launch a new Linux machine. New Linux machine I'm going to create. So EFS demo 1, I'm giving the name. Okay, demo 1. Now Ubuntu, sorry, Amazon Linux I will take. Amazon Linux I'll take here. So when I select this free tab, I have Amazon Linux 2 is available. I'm selecting this T2 Micro, the free tier 1, and I'm going to create a key pair. The key pair is EFS Mumbai demo demo keeper. Now can select the PPK. Directly the PPK file will get downloaded. With this file, I would able to get connected my Linux machine and I can connect the EFS mount point. Then create it. Now the file will get downloaded. Save this. And now you need to select the network, use existing network, select this EFS demo. Now don't make any changes. So right now the storage volume is only 8 GB. So now I would go ahead for use the default volume. If you go to advanced details information, okay, advanced detail information. So here also we have file system that you can connect. File system you can connect. So that is network file system is there. 1 minute. Okay, directly we can connect. I think that option was removed here in the new console. Perfect. Now I can launch the instance. I'm creating only one instance. I'm click launch new instance here. Now click view all instances. Now the volume is creating. So please wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, guys. So now the server is ready. Now I can connect this and you can copy the public IP address, open PuTTY. This is a PuTTY console. Now I can paste the IP address, go to SSH, select authentication method, select the private key file. This is the EFS Mumbai key pair file. Click open and accept the username. So username, when you click connect, the SSH client, the username is EC2-user. So now I'm entering here EC2-user. Perfect. Now maximize the font. Perfect, guys. So now what we need to do? sudo su, and you're logging into the admin permissions, then df and hit enter. So what is the current volumes are there? We can see this. This is the volumes are available. If you want df minus h, also you can provide any mounted volumes also, it will show you. No volumes, externally it is connected. Now we need to mount with this command. So going back here, this is the address you need to mount it. Okay, any address you can mount, your wish. Okay, now can go back, paste this and hit enter. So what is the problem here? There is some issue is there. Mount NFS4 mount point does not exist. Let me check the Google. Google will give the answer. I think so. There's a small configuration we need to do that. I'm going to create one directory, mkdir demo EFS. The next command is I need to install sudo yum install y nfs network file share utils. Done. Okay, so already it is installed. We don't have any task to perform here. It's already installed. Then next df minus h. Then we can give mount point. I think mount helper is required. I think so. I'm copying the mount helper. Paste it. EFS mount point does not exist. Same error. How to connect EFS mount point. Amazon Linux 2 instance. Now can check here. So now the command is df-th. Let's go to the command. Distributed file system -T small h. So NFS4 here is not showing. So that's the main problem that we need to troubleshoot this. So when they're creating itself, when the virtual machine creating itself, they have connected. So creating a file system in the region. So this file system was connected here. Okay. So migrate the EC2 management console, launch EC2 instances and mount file and check this connection. No, let's go back to the instance and select here, go to storage. Nothing option is coming here. Is there any option for elastic file system mounting? Is there? No. The options are not here. mkdir EFS mount point command. So mount, this is a way they'll be mounting it. So shall we we can try this. Attach. Mount find does not exist. Guys, for testing purpose, okay, for testing purpose, I'll be connecting another instance. Already have created one more Linux machine. Okay, let's connect to that machine first. The machine is already on. So this is a server. Actually, this is a Ubuntu. Let's connect this. New session. Paste here. Authentication. Ubuntu keypad. Now this name is Ubuntu. Yeah, successfully get connected. Clear sudo su df hyphen t hyphen small h. We can try to mount this point. Using EFS mount helper. Mount point does not exist. So I could able to connect this machine. Go to instance, action, networking, security groups. So right now the default security group is there. And now I can attach EFS volume, attach group also, add security group. Now I can save here. Once again, we can check this. No.
I think there should be a directory called as EFS should be available.
Sorry. No. That's the utilities are there actually. So NFS utilities are there. Network file share utilities. That utilities we need to install. I think it's already available. So I'm referring to my previous class
Okay.
notes as well, but it is not working. That is the reason I'm confusing here. I think NFS 4 version we are installing on the Ubuntu. Let's go to Google and we can ask that how to install NFS utils on Ubuntu. sudo apt NFS kernel server. Like this, it will come. You're seeing, right? So this is the way it will come. VARs NFS general. This will be get connected from so and so address. So we have already created A, B, C, 3 locations, right? So one of the location it will get connected. So let's check this one more time. Mount point does not exist. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. I think so. This command will be clearly telling that, hey, you can create the name of the volume, the directory name is EFS, then only it will get connected. I understand like that. So what should I do? We can create a mkdir EFS. Now, if you type ls, here EFS volume is created. Now you can use the same command, hit enter. Now the path we are not providing properly. So what we need to do, slash home slash Ubuntu slash EFS. Not corrected. No. Unknown file system type. Mount via IP. Let's copy this via screen. Slash home slash Ubuntu slash EFS. You might need sbin or slash mount helper program. NFS. Maybe we can try from here. ls. So demo EFS is we created, right? Slash home EC2 hyphen user. CD demo EFS. It's not showing any error. Maybe it's a successfully connected. I think so. Well, given the direct command, then followed by / dot means current directory, you can map it. Okay. So now the command is df-t. Checking this. No, it is not connected. /home /ec2-user/demo EFS. No. Sorry guys, somewhere else I'm doing mistakes. Okay. Let me check that. No, this is also not correct. Mounting supported EC2 instances, mounting IAM authorization, mounting with EFS access points. This one is mounting Amazon EC2 Linux using EFS mount helper. Okay, I did this sudo mkdir. So then to mount using the file system ID sudo mount -t EFS. Okay, file system ID EFS mount point. There's a lot of changes up there. and run the following commands in the mount. Note if EC2 instances and the file system are mounting or located in different AWS region, say mount AWS EFS file system from different AWS region to edit the region properties information EFS utils configuration file. To mount using the file system system ID. So I'm copying this. Open a notepad. This is the EFS file system. Go here. Then // we need to provide. Cannot find in etc fs tab. Did we done any mistakes? One 172.31.33.95. Okay. Thing 172.31. 33.195. Not getting any response from the server. Maybe any problem with the security group. We can try the last step. Then we can continue tomorrow. EFS. Stop. I'll give the all traffic. I'll save it. Guys, I think his network also not pinging. Okay. So probably somewhere else it is issues there. Let me rework on this and I'll take the demo part tomorrow. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll check tomorrow. Thank you. And today record I'm not sharing. Okay. So tomorrow with the lab I'll share in one go. Thank you very much.